What is going on, everyone, and welcome to another fitness YouTuber on Love Gaming Fitness. I freaking love gaming. This is why my main channel, Love Gaming Nutro, was made ever since I bought my PS5. After years of focusing on my career, being a personal trainer, being a fitness competitor and learning my trade, and my new passion, you can say, as well as obviously personal training, is YouTube. I love building that gaming channel. I love connecting with a lot of you guys. But if you didn't know, when creating content and gaming for hours on end, I get very tired. I get very sluggish. I get mentally frustrated when I don't move, because the body is meant to move. If you're a gamer and you spend hours on gaming, you might feel anxiety. You might feel like you have mental health issues. Maybe it's down to the fact that you're not active enough. It might be down to the quality of the food. I know how life can be unfair sometimes, and I know some people may just go into their little rut. They may just close themselves off. If you're a gamer, you need to focus on your mental and physical health. And I'm going to give you a few tips on how you can get yourself out of a rut. I'm going to go through the bare minimum what you can do to start making yourself feel so much better mentally and physically. People don't realize how underrated just going for a walk is. I've got myself an Apple Watch, it's on charge at the minute, but I aim to get around 10,000 steps per day. This is just a nice little goal to aim for. If you do have an Apple Watch, you can aim for like minimum 8,000 steps, and this is just a way of getting yourself moving. What people don't realize is that going to the gym is a very small portion of your day. Focus on the little things that you can improve on, that you can implement in your lifestyle. So steps and going for walks is the very first one I would recommend. You don't realize how good I feel when I go for a walk, a half an hour walk. I'm just focusing on my breathing, zoning out from any technology, and it just feels so good when I get back, and I just feel a lot more refreshed than just being cooped up in the house all the time. Now, you can go with time. I recommend just starting off 20 minutes, 5 days a week, 7 days a week, 20 minutes, 10 minutes away from your house, 10 minutes back to your house. If you're someone who literally does nothing, this is such a small percentage of your day. If you're someone who wants to change, start off by doing this. Sometimes in the morning, I'm like, I want to get straight onto my gaming, and then I'm like, go for a walk, come back. If I'm not at work that day, I'm like, then you can play on your games. Now, if you want to take it to the next step, you can focus on body weight sessions at home. Now, a lot of people I know, they don't want to go to the gym because if it's with anxiety, they don't like people looking at them in the gym. They might think that people are staring at them. And if you're not ready for that, there's nothing wrong with that. You can literally start off by doing body weight sessions at home. If you guys like the content, I will then start working on home workouts and gym workouts eventually as this channel starts to grow. But you can literally get up in the morning and just do a circuit. It might be a matter of doing press ups, 30 seconds worth of press ups, rest for 30 seconds, go into a plank position hold, focusing on that core. You can rest for another 30 seconds and you can go with high knees on the spot. This is just a way of getting your body to move. The next one could be burpees, and the next one could be lunges, and that's your 5 exercises. That is if someone does not want to go to the gym. There's so much stuff you can do at home. When I've been spending hours editing, it's mainly when I'm editing. My gosh, I get frustrated being at my computer. The last thing I actually want to do is gaming. So what I do is I get into the freaking gym. I try and get at least 3 to 4 sessions in per week. I've started playing football now, actually. It's so much fun and it gets me moving, and I just freaking love it. When I go back to gaming and I go back to YouTube and go back to editing, I feel so much better because I feel refreshed. So getting in the gym is one of them. I would recommend, if you've never gone to the gym, start off by going 2 days per week. Don't focus on getting on the treadmill unless you haven't done your steps. I would go there and try and get into weight training. And if you're not familiar with weight training, then you need to kind of have a PT or something very basic so that you can get the correct movements. But I would start off with 2 times a week weight training if you wanted to take it to the next level. Firstly, it will release tension, it will release anxiety, it will release anger. Els knows when I'm not active or I don't hit my gym sessions, I'm a bit moody. It's harder to control my moods. And you might think, oh, Nutro, come on, man, like you're a positive guy. I am. When I'm out and about, when I'm moving, when I'm eating good, and when I haven't trained properly or I've just been cooped up, I'm just a bit more moody. One of the main things that you can focus on, and I still do this, I don't go to bed late. So sleep for me is so important. Now, a lot of you might be like, yeah, but if I get 8 to 10 hours and I go to bed at at 2 a.m. and I wake up so late, it isn't the same thing, because you will feel lethargic when you wake up, you will feel like shit, you will feel lazier. And what I like to do, and this is where I get most of my gaming time in, and you might not believe it, but for me, going to bed by 11 p.m. latest, I'm talking latest, I would rather wake up at 6 to 7 a.m. If it's a weekend, I'll wake up at 5 if I have to be in at work. I would rather wake up at 6 to 7 a.m. and I would rather start gaming. I get up, I have my 2 glasses of water, and I go back up, and then I start gaming on the weekends. Els doesn't get up till like 9, 10 o'clock on the weekends sometimes. So I've got quite a few hours to myself, and I would rather go to bed earlier and get up earlier to then start my day and start gaming. Instead of getting onto the PS5, I go out for a walk for half an hour, and it's still like 7:30, 8 a.m. and now I can relax in the morning, and I feel like there is a sense of accomplishment. So sleep is so important. That's gonna affect your moods when it comes to food. If you're a gamer, there's a stigma of gamers eating crap and eating rubbish and drinking sugary drinks and all of this. You might not, you might be someone like that, but when I say most of my diet, 90% of my diet is whole foods, is cooked food. If you stop having takeaways and shit food and just processed food, don't get me wrong, I like a pizza or a burger here and there. Most of the time we just make it ourselves. But when I eat food that is cooked from home, oh my gosh, do I feel so much better. Now, from time to time, we'll go out to eat, and there's nothing wrong with that. But sometimes if I eat out 2, even 3 times a week, which is rarely, I feel like shit, because no matter how good the food is when you're eating out, there's so much salt, they fry it so much in oil, it's calorific, and you just don't know what's going in. And I feel bloated, I feel so lethargic. When I don't eat well, I just feel so lethargic. So the things you can do is switch the foods that you're eating to more whole foods. Now, it doesn't have to be expensive, because honestly, when I did my cut for my show, I actually saved money. Believe it or not, I actually saved money because I wasn't eating that much. I was just eating whole foods. I wasn't getting any takeaways. I was actually saving money. So before you say it's too expensive to eat good food, think about the money that you are wasting. You can make easy switches. Instead of crisps, you could go with these Tesco branded, the sour cream and onion, and they're just lower calorie. They're just better than just having 4 packets of crisps, which are like 300-400 calories. There's just no point. Instead of having sugary drinks, I like to have diet drinks. There's been no research to suggest that there's anything wrong with the ingredients in diet drinks. That's been debunked a long time ago. So I have sugar-free 7-Up, Diet Cokes, Diet Pepsis. Now, I won't have it every day, but if I feel like it, I'll have 1 a day. And that way, after dinner, it just fills me up a lot more. And you can make those switches. Switch to the low-calorie / sugar-free stuff, because you're going to be saving on a lot of calories. And if you're not active, you're just going to be putting on a lot of weight. Switch the chocolates to fruit. I mean, it might not sound exciting, a bit of yogurt, berries, a bit of dark chocolate in there after dinner. That's got me sorted. I'm happy with that. Just have a look at your food, and if it's just something as simple as I go from 3 takeaways a week to 1, and I try and cook the rest of my food, you will feel so much better. Trust me when I say, if you eat like crap all the time, you're gonna feel like crap, and it's not a nice feeling. Gamer to a fellow gamer, or anyone watching this fitness channel, your mental and physical health is number 1. I've said to myself day 1 when making the YouTubes, I've got like 3 channels that we're building. I've always said I will never sacrifice my physical health, going to the gym, going for my walks, and just being active, because the amount of work I have to do to get up at 5 a.m. to have clients, and then streaming, and then gaming, editing, planning, it is so much. If my diet was awful, my sleep was awful, I wouldn't be able to deal with the pressure and also the workload that I've put on myself. Like, I've got a house to pay for, we've got a house to pay for. So my motivation is to be comfortable, to be able to pay for these things. Don't focus on money straight away. My thought was, if you focus on here first and focus on your physical health, if you're in the best shape possible, and it doesn't mean just have abs, because that's not the definition of being healthy. Being healthy, you will then be able to do so many more things. You will be able to have multiple jobs. You know, me doing my personal training job, me doing my YouTube job, me doing my online coaching. You know, for me, that's 3 sources of income that I'm trying to build, and I wouldn't be able to actually deal with it if I didn't put my mental and physical health. So I want to know what you want to see next from these fitness videos. I am going to try and get some workouts in. It's just hard to record, but I'm going to work it out. Hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you soon.